Indian National Congress Manipur in charge Charan Das says discussion for appointment of new MPCC president underway. Indian National Congress Manipur in charge Charan Das says Manipur government knows no COVID controlled measures other than curfew. Manipur reports 928 new COVID-19 cases out of 5,555 samples tested in 24 hours. COVID positivity rate in the state reaches 16.7%. And India records 38,652 recoveries and above 41,000 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. India's recovery rate stands at 97.35%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Prime Time, the English Bulletin, and I'm Kanel Shambanduram with you. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly, and maintain a safe distance from one another. Please remember that the fight against the COVID-19 is not over yet. Now the news in details. Following resignation of the Vishnupur MLA Govindas Konthaujamda from the post of the President of the Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, Indian National Congress, discussions are underway to appoint the new MPCC President. INC Manipur in charge Charan Das, who reached Imphal on his 7-day visit to the state yesterday, will make arrangement to appoint the new MPCC President as well as for the upcoming 12th Manipur legislative election. Responding to media queries at Congress Bhavan, Imphal today, Charan Das said Govindas Konthaujamda has submitted his resignation from the president post. He added discussions are underway to appoint the new president and assured to make the discussion public once it is taken. Charan Das did not give any comments on whether Govindas has resigned from MPCC primary membership. Impact News, upon asking the credibility of the Congress party MLAs, including Govindas Konthaujamda joining BJP and the current member of the Congress MLA, Charan Das gave evade response by saying that the BJP government is working against the constitution to save their government instead of taking up of initiatives to control the ongoing pandemic. He added, considering all the wrongdoings, BJP government does not have the right to stay in the government even for a single day. He said more than 12 Congress MLAs were present in the CLP meeting held yesterday. He also said that the arrangements are made for the upcoming state legislative election and assured to update new undertakings to media from time to time. Meanwhile, only 5 Congress MLAs were present during the press meet today. According to a reliable source, 11 Congress MLAs might leave the Congress party and join another political party. The sources also added that the MLAs might even come together to form a new political party if all of them did not join a single political party together.
We are doing other exercises, we'll come to you. So we are meetings, our different segment. Yesterday we met the CLP members. There were around more than 12 MLAs were present, and today we have met all our general secretaries, ex-MLAs and Vice President, and we are going to meet all frontal wing today because we are simultaneously preparing for the election also. Preparation for the election has begun since yesterday, and in 7 days we will wind off all the roadmap for the next 2022 election. At the moment, the resignation has been received and we will take a call very soon on that issue. These kind of things come very often, and BJP believes in this kind of politics. They are not busy in managing the COVID or serving the people of Manipur. They are busy in remaining in the government. So they can do, or they can go up to the extent of, they are illegal in the government, they don't have majority. They don't have constitutional right to sit in power even for a day. They had no right to appoint 12 MLAs, those who were parliamentary secretaries. No right to appoint these 12 parliamentary secretaries. So on those issues, we are going to speak to you. recently, but my appeal to is that the government should respect the constitutional value. The 12 MLAs should also accept the situation and respect the constitution, and they should also quit from their present thing.
Congress Manipur in charge Bhaktacharya Das lambasted the state government for failing to control COVID-19 situation in the state, citing that the government has failed in taking up concrete measures rather than imposition of curfew. Bhaktacharya Das arrived in the state yesterday to look into the political crisis prevailing within the Congress party. Briefing media today at the Congress Bhavan in Imphal today, the Congress leader said that the BJP-led coalition government in Manipur must come forward and apologize to the public for not able to contain the spread of pandemic. He also questioned the state government over not providing any kind of help to family members of individuals who succumbed to COVID-19. Bhaktacharya Das also questioned Nongthom Biren-led government over the failure to use RT-PCR during mass testing. He also slammed Prime Minister Narendra Modi for not properly monitoring on the worsening COVID-19 situation in Manipur. Bhaktacharya Das also expressed astonishment that the government has not taken up a policy on COVID-19. He also lamented that the government has not taken up any measures on providing monetary aid and food items to daily wage earners who are severely affected by the pandemic.
The BJP government has not provided even a single penny as ex gratia compensation to the next kin of those who died due to the COVID in the state. Why is the BJP government not helping the family members of those who died due to COVID in Manipur? Why is the Chief Minister not providing artificial test kits in mass testing for the people of Manipur? Under the present BJP government in the state, there is no hope of achieving 100% recovery from COVID cases or a zero COVID deaths with zero COVID cases in Manipur. Why is the government of India, the Prime Minister Mr. Modi, is not giving attention to the COVID situation of Manipur? Except curfew, you have done nothing. What has happened to the poor people, working class people? How they are sustaining? Are you giving any financial package or food package to them? This government does not have any policy. Only they are busy to remain in government by any means, any kind of horse trading. This is human issue, sensitive issue, to save the life of the people. We want to draw the attention of the government. The entire machinery should immediately, whatever best measure is possible, government should come to the help of the people of Manipur. And Chief Minister, being Health Minister, he has totally failed. He should make excuse before the people of Manipur that I am sorry that I am unable to control. Things are beyond my hand.
Speaking to media persons at the Congress Bhavan in Imphal today, All India Congress Committee, Manipur in charge, Bhaktacharya Das condemned Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the silent treatment towards current issue of Pegasus spyware, trying to hack personal information of many Indians through their smartphones, stating that it is an attempt to violate the freedom of the speech of an individual. He questioned that how far Digital India movement initiated by Narendra Modi will live up to its dream with such indifferent attitude of the government. Bhaktacharya Das also stressed on the need of producing a white paper on this matter, besides carrying out a judicial inquiry involving the Supreme Court into the Pegasus spyware issue. It may be mentioned that Pegasus spyware is developed by the Israeli cyber arms firm NSO Group. The Wire, in collaboration with 16 other media organizations, has been revealing the names of people who were either persons of interest or forensically identified as having been targeted by the clients of the NSO Group's Pegasus spyware. The list includes noted journalists of The Wire, The Guardian, and The Washington Post. Politicians including Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, students, lawyers, activists, authors, and others. Pegasus spywares can hack into the smartphone of users without their knowledge, or could act as an listening device, taking secret information from users. Meanwhile, NSO Group has already made a statement that the group has sold Pegasus spyware to different clients across the globe for use in fighting against terrorism and major crimes. It is also worth mentioning that in connection with Pegasus spyware issue, opposition parties in India have staged a massive protest earlier, resulting in chaos inside the parliament.
Under the Pegasus, snooping in India is going on under Prime Minister Mr. Modi. There has been hue and cry in the parliament. Senior leaders of all oppositions or responsible member of parliament are raising these issues. And round the corner, round the country, every learned citizen, people from the civil rights, human rights, and those who are advocating the constitution, they are all have been advocating this thing, that under this government, the situation has become more worse than the emergency situation. The entire constitutional right has been taken away by the government. The individual right, institutional right is no more in existence. Whether it is constitutional institution or whether it is independent institutions like media and other institutions. The writer, poets' mouth have been seized. This Pegasus snooping is an unconstitutional attack on freedom of speech.
Manipur reported 928 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of 5,555 samples tested in the last 24 hours. COVID positivity rate on July 22nd stands at 16.7%. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room, the press release this afternoon, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur have reached 88,978. 12 of the COVID patients died in the past 24 hours, rising the death toll to 1,436. All the necessary medical precautionary measures like containment and contact tracing are in place. State Police Department detained 151 curfew violators during anti-curfew violators drive carried out at different parts of the state on the 5th day of the ongoing curfew today. State Police also collected 64,350 rupees as fine from the detainees. The police also warned that those who violate the guidelines and restrictions will be dealt with legal action under National Disaster Management Act 2005. On the 5th day today of the ongoing 10th-day-long statewide total curfew imposed by state government, Imphal city witnessed an increase in number of the vehicles applying on the road, apart from essential services. Several non-Manipuris were also seen violating government-laid down restrictions in Thangal Bazaar and Pona Bazaar areas in Imphal city, while in Hatta area of Imphal East district, police were taught to use lathis to disperse people gathering in groups violating the curfew. State police personnel have been carrying out stringent frisking and checking in important areas of Imphal city to monitor on curfew violators in past few days. However, it was not the same today, resulting in more and more people venturing out unnecessarily. Jiribam district came to a standstill on the 5th day of 10th-day statewide curfew. Road board deserted looks except for few those engaged in the essential services plying on road. COVID-19 positive cases have increased in the district. There are 108 COVID active cases in Jiribam. 5 are at district hospitals isolation ward, 82 are under home isolation, and 6 are under community home isolation. 15 out of 108 persons are CRPF personnel. District Administration, District Health Society, Jiribam Jiri Development Organization, JDO, and all Jiribam United Club Association, the AZUCA, jointly organized mass vaccination campaign at interior areas of the state. JDO and AZUCA members also distributed face masks and food items to those who got COVID jab. It may be mentioned that Jiribam is the first district in the state to have most of its population vaccinated with COVID-19 first dose. Pradhan member of Hyanglam Gram Panchayat Ilangbam Santi Bala said initiative of door-to-door inoculation of COVID vaccine will commence to ensure vaccination to one and old. Members of Hyanglam Gram Panchayat, Hyanglam Jila Parisad, SEDO Hyanglam and COVID Task Force Hyanglam along with Hyanglam police station using loudspeakers carried out awareness on COVID and ongoing curfew at areas under the jurisdiction of Gram Panchayat today. Speaking to media, Santi Bala said Hyanglam Gram Panchayat, Hyanglam Jila Parisad, SEDO Hyanglam and COVID Task Force Hyanglam under the supervision of Hyanglam Dr. Y. Radhesham have been taking up various initiatives to contain the spread of COVID-19. She added mass COVID vaccination and testing were carried out at areas under 11 local clubs of Hyanglam and proper treatment are given to COVID positive persons on time. Manipur Students Federation MSF will organize online essay, debating, painting and photography competition on August 16th to mark that anniversary after former advisor MSF Vishnupur District Committee, late Pebam Chittaranjan, who immolated himself demanding the government to repeal the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 from Manipur. Through a video release, Vice President of MSF, Maibam Shulays, said every year August 16 has been observed as the Students' Martyrdom Day. Shulays informed all interested students to contact MSF through mobile number 986-347-1675 or 931-522-5487 for further details to participate in the competition.
masida amuba ay lathokadami haiba kholaw loina masana human resource oina thawaina thakiba numit asibu ningsing boina koi MSF na chai khuding leptana student martyrdom day to commemorate the supreme sacrifice of athok balom Chittaranjan manga actual right to life haiba thinda our strat of the pathokuna lawi essay competition yo oina topic to ignite the spirit of nationalism in the mind of youth of Manipur haiba topic asida pangthok sangani aduga debate ki oina Miyoi hak ngak la bata hingi mahau thokani aiba topic asida pangthok sagani aduga painting competition gi oina nationalism and patriotism haiba theme asida pangthok sagani.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Extra at School, Ghari Awag Laikai. Online registration for Class 11 2021-22 is now open. Visit school website www.extraedschool.in. Also, download admission bulletin and read carefully before filling up the form.
Hello viewers, Impact Music on Demand hana SMS amadi WhatsApp ki khuthangda isai khanbiramba adu Haujikti adom-adomgi mobile phone dagi selfie video request oinasu adom-adomna apamba isai singadu khanbirakpa yaragani haina khanghanjari kaubiraganu adom-adomgi mobile phone dagi selfie video request oina isai khanbirakpa yaragani. Impact Music on Demand every Saturday 6:30 PM, repeat next day 1 PM.
The St. Anthony School, Chingmairong is a CBSE co-educational English medium school run by committed professional teachers with a focus on discipline, critical thinking, creativity and collaborative learning. The school has one of the best campuses providing top-class educational and sporting facilities. Admissions ongoing for Class 11 Arts and Science 2021-22 session.
You are the future. School, a place where your future is carved, exploring new ideas. Large classroom, big library, even smart classes we have now. Expression in art, educating young minds, even making stronger. This is where you start, cause it all begins with you. UNESCO School, excellence in education.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India reported a total of 41,383 new COVID-19 confirmed cases during the past 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, country's COVID tally stands above the 3,12,57,000, out of which 4,09,394 are active cases. India reported 38,652 recoveries in the past 24 hours, rising the total recoveries cases in the country to 3,04,29,339. India's recovery rate stands at 97.35%, while the death toll has reached 4,18,987 with the addition of 507 new COVID-19 fatalities. Over 41 crore 78 lakh people have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 19 crore 29 lakh 78,000 people. About 41 lakh 45,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 17 crore 54 lakh 68,000. United States of America has the highest active cases of above 50 lakh 62,000 in the world. Youth Forum for Protection of Human Rights appeals to Imphal West DC to postpone deadline for seeking public suggestions or opinion of the people for undertaking construction of portion of Imphal Ring Road from the Langsing to Ghari via Lamjau Tongba and spur to FCI Godown under the funding of Asian Development Bank ADB. Residents of the Moirang have expressed discontentment that relevant department has been neglecting the accelerated urban water supply scheme at the Mongfai Tampak, Churachandpur district. Speaking to media, Joint Secretary of the KG Moirang Kendra Punbalub Eld Boy said accelerated urban water supply scheme was launched around 2003 with an aim to provide safe drinking water to the people of the Greater Moirang. However, due to negligence from the authorities concerned, the scheme failed to provide sufficient drinking water to people in the region, following which representatives of the KG Moirang Kendra Apunba Lubt and Moirang Kendra Apunba Maira Paibi inspected the water supply scheme site, during which the team found out that nobody was in charge of the water supply scheme. He added, water tanks at the site are in pathetic condition and drinking water supplied to the masses are neither filtered nor treated. Boy also said that the pipe carrying water was found to be leaked in many parts, due to which drinking water is flowing out into the fields. On the other hand, Moirang residents also complained that water provided by accelerated urban water supply scheme is mixed with impurities and dirt, unfit for drinking, due to which the locals are buying water from the private water supply for drinking and other purposes. The locals are now having a tough time in buying water from private water supply due to the ongoing statewide total curfew. Moirang residents drew attention of government and related department towards the issue.
Ising phang na bising pi ba ising jo chang nai phangdre aduga mafam asisu pra jungle sare aduga tawida lai mafam jisu mi lai tawida thamdre mafam matik chadre adu pra direct reservoir ising thajil isisu dal tawdre
hujiki hariba reservoir tenki aduda filter tawai mota ago akan pithala hujik covid-19 dagi hena sathiraba aduga laina ama thola kadraga madu dagi lako ising do haina akoi se laure yamna duki matik ware ising laigadra sieng laigadra haina batari Moirang sida akoi ising hana lerakani maramadun ising si asoki matik warabanina mari lena ba bibang na thu matam ni men chung biu oina.
Corporator of Imphal Municipal Corporation, Ward number 26, Maibon Falme, said that a ration card holders list issued by Consumer Affairs Food and Public Distribution Department for distribution of rice under NFSA and PMGKY has missed out the names of some card holders. In a video release, Maibon Falme said that beneficiaries in the Wangkai constituencies have not been getting rationed rice on time owing to frequent change of rice agents. He added, leaving behind the names of card holders from the new list is creating confusion among the people amid the prevailing pandemic. He drew attention of the Chief Minister and related departments in sorting out the issue.
Ration card na mi taruk leire cap MPD ne thok par list aduna ani khak yaw pakumba amakhak yaw pakumba aduga kana gum khana ka tipa issue dolnaga thok par list de na mu yaw handawa asigi chayet na ba lebisida public ta awawa miyam complaint yam leire asi kaida soibano deputy commissioner na piriba nafsa ka asi department na masisa na biaroi madu muhutta ekoi piriba list asina finance ogida bani na tawribra maju confusion amakak leijare maduna hoji sing lobo matamda lekai da war ba matamsida government na free PN hana harawrana chaluba miyam phamna da bi yam yawre masi confusion jare ka kilawdu ira list di yawlo jaba masi confirm to ro matungda sing si parjade PB rade hen phakani amata yengba mi ama yenga to bi.
Now the news from the world of sports. Ngangom Bala has begged AIFF Women's Footballer of the Year 2020-2021. Wangzam Suresh begged AIFF Men's Emerging Footballer of the Year 2020-2021. All India Football Federation has conferred Best Women Footballer to NG Bala in 2014 and 15 consecutively. NG Bala is the first Indian women footballer to play as a professional player at an Euro football club. W. Suresh also took part in the Under-17 World Cup hosted by India in 2017. All Manipur Football Association congratulated and wished best for the future to the two footballers. DH Birachandra Singh Football Academy TBSFA congratulated Indian football team midfielder Wangzam Suresh upon the conferring of AIFF Emerging Player Award 2020-2021 by All India Football Federation. Press release from TBSFA also wished the best to the 5 Manipuri athletes in the Tokyo Olympic 2020. Old Manipur Gymnastic Association congratulated Dr. Sanasam Santikumar upon selection as a delegate of the Indian Olympic Association in the 32nd Summer Olympic. Dr. Sanasam Santikumar is currently serving as AMGA President and the General Secretary of Gymnastic Federation of India. All Manipur Gymnastic Association also wished grand success to 5 Manipuri athletes in the Tokyo Olympics 2020. The 5 Manipuri athletes representing India in different events in the Tokyo Olympics are Sanglakpam Nilakanta Sharma in men's hockey, women's hockey player Shushila Pukhrambam, 6-time world boxing champion MC Marikom, weightlifter Saikom Mirabai Chanu, who is constantly contesting in solo events, and judo player Susila Lekmabam, lone Indian participant in the judo at the Olympics 2020. Individual Indians players have back 1 gold medal, 6 silver medals and 10 bronze medals from the Paris Olympic Games 1990 to Rio Olympic Games 2016. For the first time, Indian athletes Normand Prichand got silver medal in the 200-meter rest and 200-meter hurdles rest at the Paris Olympic Games 1900. In wrestling, Daba Sahib Zadhab got 1 bronze medal at Helsinki Olympic Games 1952. In tennis, men's single Landepes got a bronze medal in Atlanta Olympic Games 1996. Weightlifter Karnam Maleshwari bagged 1 bronze medal in the games hosted by Sydney at 1996. In shooting, Rajyavardhan Rathore got silver medal at the games hosted by Athens in 2004. For the first time in men's 10-meter air rifle, Avinav Vinder bagged gold medal in the games hosted by Beijing in 2008. In boxing and wrestling, Vijendra Singh and Sushil Kumar won bronze medals each at the games held at Beijing in 2008. Shooter Vijay Kumar and wrestler Sushil Kumar won silver medal each at the Olympic Games hosted by London in 2012. Sania Nehwal in badminton, MC Mary Kom in boxing, Gagan Narang in shooting, and Yogeshwar Datta in wrestling won bronze medal each in the games at 2012. In the Rio Olympic Games 2016, PV Sindhu in badminton bagged silver medals, and Shakshi Malik in wrestling won bronze medals. Indian athletes will give their best to bring laurel for the country in the Olympic Games to be hosted by Japan from tomorrow. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Indian National Congress Manipur in charge, Bhakta Charan Das says discussion for appointment of a new MPCC president underway. Indian National Congress Manipur in charge, Bhakta Charan Das says the Manipur government knows no COVID-controlled measures other than curfew. Manipur reports 928 new COVID-19 cases out of 5,555 samples tested in 24 hours. COVID positivity rate in the state reaches 16.7%. And India records 38,652 recoveries and above the 41,000 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. India's recovery rate stands at 97.35%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Prime Time, Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and always stay safe.
Sri Sri Gaurachandrai Nama Purvashram